A true wisdom and learning from Chinese philosopher Confucius. To love a thing means wanting it to live. What the superior man seeks is in himself, what the small man seeks is in others. They must often change who would be constant in happiness or wisdom. Without an acquaintance with the rules of propriety, it is impossible for the character to be established. When anger rises, think of the consequences. All good things are difficult to achieve, and all bad things are very easy to get. A fool despises good counsel, but a wise man takes it to heart. Worry not that no one knows you, seek to be worth knowing. When you have faults, do not fear to abandon them. Study the past, if you would divine the future. Be strict with yourself but least reproachful of others, and complaint is kept afar. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Respect yourself and others will respect you. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. Ignorance is the night of the mind, but a night without moon and star. Attack the evil that is within yourself, rather than attacking the evil that is in others. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. Consideration for others is the basis of a good life, a good society. Time flows away like the water in the river. The beginning of wisdom is to call things by their proper name. We have two lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. When you are laboring for others, let it be with the same zeal as if it were for yourself. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. The superior man thinks always of virtue, the common man thinks of comfort. I will not be concerned at other men's not knowing me, I will be concerned at my own want of ability. Ability will never catch up with the demand for it. Virtue is not left to stand alone. He who practices it will have neighbors. Go before the people with your example, and be laborious in their affairs. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. A common man marvels at uncommon things. A wise man marvels at the commonplace. Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? If we don't know life, how can we know death? Faced with what is right, to leave it undone shows a lack of courage. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man without trials. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. Only the wisest and stupidest of men never change. Your life is what your thoughts make it. The firm, the enduring, the simple, and the modest are near to virtue. Forget injuries, never forget kindness. Men's natures are alike, it is their habits that carry them far apart. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. To know what you know and what you do not know, that is true knowledge. The strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the home. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Wisdom, compassion, and courage are the three universally recognized moral qualities of men. You cannot open a book without learning something. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. Humility is the solid foundation of all virtues. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. Study the past, if you would define the future. I want you to be everything that's you, deep at the center of your being. Never contract friendship with a man that is not better than thyself. He who speaks without modesty will find it difficult to make his words good. If you think in terms of a year, plant a seed. If in terms of 10 years, plant trees. If in terms of 100 years, teach the people.